it's not the end of the world. Yes, did I want that campaign? Yes, did I want that money? But from this failure, I've learned another skill, and I've learned that I need to slow down and that I need to take my time and be precise. Well, I am a Midwestern girl. I grew up in Kansas. I moved to Dallas about, 15 years ago, maybe 20 years ago. Longer than that, Kim. I'm 40 years old. So I'm now 58. So yeah, I moved in my 40s. I wanted a bigger life. I am very adventuresome. I love life. I love trying different things. And when I lived in a smaller Midwestern town, it didn't allow me that. I had to go to a bigger city in order to enjoy that. And so my sister lived in Dallas for many years, so I decided to jump and come on to Dallas for a bigger life. I am a baby child. I have 2 older sisters. I played sports all of my life. I'm still very much a sports fan. Football is my jam. The Pittsburgh Steelers go. That's my team. I love my team. I'm active. I work out. I've done a little modeling, and I'm now content creating. But I spent over 25 years in social services. That is my base as far as professional. Again, that was very intriguing. Met a lot of different people, a lot of different economic backgrounds, a lot of heartache I saw. Had to make some tough decisions about if a person could still be in their home, stay in their home. Those are tough decisions you have to make in social services. So I did that for a number of years. Very rewarding, but I always had my foot in the beauty and fashion industry. So I decided at 40, I was gonna do something a little more creative. And I wanted to do something in the fashion and beauty industry, but I didn't want it to be surface. Now, that I always had that connotation that when you're in fashion and beauty that there's no substance there. So I started a blog, but I wanted to talk about reaching and celebrating that woman over 40. That was my niche, because I kept hearing women, woe was me at 40, they were losing their zest for life at 40. And so I wanted to mesh those two, to be a celebration. And so I started that, and now I've continued to do that. I now work with small businesses and them creating content. In particular, the business owner at 40. She struggles with social media. She doesn't want to get on camera. She doesn't know how to create content. I can do that for you. I have a vast amount of experience in front of the camera, and so that's kind of me in a nutshell. Did I say I was single? Let me say that. I'm single. Okay, that's me. I think that's probably a good overview of me. Sports, Midwestern girl, Midwestern values, content creator. Love to have fun, and I love to travel. I've traveled internationally and all across the United States, so I love that as well. So that's a little bit about me. Wow, it was a difficult one. My company was making another transition. I'd gone through 3 transitions in the job that I had, and I was like, at that transition time, I was like, and layoffs came. So, how about that? Isn't that interesting how life works, how God works? I was thinking about it, and then the layoff, the change, and I just needed to change my mindset. And it was time for me to kind of jump. Scary. I did all sorts of things. I Ubered, I looked in, Craigslist. I did all sorts of little part-time jobs to stay afloat. But all the while, I was learning, Kim. Constant learning. You cannot stop. YouTube University. I learned so much there. I started networking. I started reading. I started digging deep into content. How do you create content? How do you create a video? How can I sharpen my Facebook Lives? Who is my niche market? And guess what? I found a business coach. And her name is Kim. You were the first coach I ever had, and you caused me to really think. Because I remember you having a worksheet, and we pulling out the worksheet, and you were asking us such probably easy questions for you as an already established business person, but there were questions that made me stop to pause, like, okay, do I know who my audience is? What separates you from other people in this industry? I mean, those were questions that were valuable, and so those are all things that I had to mesh together, Kim, during that time period to jump from being that in social services for over 25 years to now creating content for businesses. I think I'm pretty authentic. I don't mind getting a little dirty. I don't mind people seeing me maybe with my fuzzy robe on and no makeup. I don't mind sharing that I have bad days. I'm okay saying it's okay to not be okay. What separates me is I'm 58 as well. There aren't a lot of 58-year-olds, Black females out here creating content. And you know what? I think my personality, people say I'm a little quirky or a little silly, and I can be that, but of course I can also be very serious and professional, but I've never lost my inner child. Let's put it that way, to be able to do that. So I think those are things that separate me, because sometimes I just see people being too serious in fashion and everything's always perfect and curated, and that's great. I can do that as well. But I can also show the other side of life, that everything that glitters, it is not gold. So I think that's my separation there. By God. I'm 50 some years old, so I've been through some stuff, and I just realized I can get through it. Of course, prayer, of course, positive people in my life. I have cheerleaders around me. YouTube is my friend. I have people that I follow on YouTube who are very inspirational. I watch Goldcast. Have you ever seen that? I wonder, but check that out. Goldcast, they have such motivational stories. People have come from traumatic situations and turned around to excel. And then I think, you know what, Tamara? You better shake it off. I just don't have the right to do that. But I get it. There are those days that it's going to be, I'm not motivated. And some days I give into it, Kim, for self-care. It's okay some days just to say, you know what, I'm not motivated. I'm not on a deadline. Let me just take this time. But I think it's so important that you surround yourself with positive people. You have to have the right mindset and to give yourself grace. What did I fail at? No, I'm joking. That's on a daily. There's always stuff that goes wrong, Kim. There's always things that goes wrong. I'm like, I submitted some video to a business, and it was wrong video. I thought I sent, and they got back to me, and they're like, this is a video for somebody else. And they were gonna pay me, and I was on the deadline, and I submitted it on the deadline date. I lost that campaign. That hurt. What did that tell me? Do your due diligence. I was rushing, and I thought I had hit send on the right video, and I didn't. So that told me, slow down. Be intentional. I waited to the last minute. It taught me you'll be okay. It taught me that even though I created that content, I thought it was great content, I learned some new skills creating that content. So what now? Now I still have that skill to use in another situation. And you just got to take things as they come. It's not the end of the world. Yes, did I want that campaign? Yes, did I want that money? But from this failure, I've learned another skill. And I've learned that I need to slow down and that I need to take my time and be precise. No, don't speak those words. No, it's never too late. It is never, and it sounds cliche and cute, but it really is the truth. And I always think about regret. when I leave this earth, what have I left behind? As I journey in life, I keep things as a postcard in my head. So I have snapshots in my head that I can flash back to. I call them flashcards in my head. But like today, this will be on a flashcard, this experience. When I traveled to Cuba and I sat on that wall and I watched the ocean, that's something that I'll remember. As women call me or text me and they're saying, Tamara, I appreciate you motivating us to be better women at 40 and 50 and beyond, that it's not over. That's a snapshot that I'll have. So I really want people to think about that. What do you want for your life? We're at 40 and 50. We still have a lot of life. We just gonna crawl in the corner and put on our house robe? No. You've got it. There are women out there now that have so many communities and so many clubs. There's no excuse for you not to tackle what you want, and you owe that to yourself. You know what? Self-talk. First of all, you got to believe it. Because you can't sell it. I mean, really, confidence is really internal. And I don't believe you really can fake that. So you really have to take some inventory of yourself. Your mind has to be right. You have to truly value yourself, your self-worth. Start there with your self-worth. It's so important internally. And do your homework. Nothing comes easy. You know your body. First, know your body type. Again, you can find it anywhere. All you got to put in is look at your body. What does my body look like? Am I heavier on top and smaller on the bottom? There's so many terms for that. Just put that in Google. They'll give you recommendations as to what you should wear for that. Then you start wearing that. You look in the mirror and you say to yourself, damn, I feel good today. I look cute. Words are powerful. I always suggest color. Black is classic and sleek, but that pop of color. That's why I chose red to sit down with you. Be conscious about yourself. Be prideful about yourself. Watch your posture. Learn from other people. If there's somebody that you really like, emulate it. Nothing's really that new in the world, honestly. Most things are just recreated. But you have to take the time, invest in yourself, do the homework, and I circle back again. Find somebody that will support you. That's a tough one, Kim, because it's so scary. And I know there's a lot of people that don't believe they can do it. But the world is waiting. Everybody has a skill. Everybody has something to offer. But again, you have to believe it yourself. You have to do some homework. You have to do some work. If you have a passion, what is your passion? Who are leaders in that passion? Follow people. The World Wide Web. Can I say that enough? A lot of people are scared of it, or there's trash in there. The World Wide Web is used by you. You control the internet. Get on the internet and do your research on what you want to do. Start with baby steps. Talk to people. Say it aloud. There's something about saying things. Get help. Find yourself a business coach. Perfect example. Kim has been a great business coach, and I have followed her along the journey, and there's always nuggets that I can learn because, again, you are transparent. You talk about the ups and the downs, and those are people that I want to talk to, and those are people that I think if you're starting, you really need to find. Strongly suggest a business coach. Budget, do what you got to do, minimize your life, which is what I had to do, in order to afford somebody that's really going to help you with the guidance. That's the most valuable thing that I can offer you guys. Find somebody that really has already been there, done that, and that's trustworthy.